Stop. Before you say another word, I need you to realize that you are currently blind to 93% of the conversation you are having. A woman will never approach you and announce, I've decided I want you. Do something about it before I change my mind. That is not how the female brain communicates. Instead, she uses a sophisticated, nonverbal vocabulary that bypasses logic and targets your primal instincts. Research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior reveals a frustrating truth. A woman typically sends an average of 5 attraction signals before a man even notices the first one. By the time you think she might be interested, she's already been broadcasting it through her body language for the last 20 minutes. The most honest signals don't come from her eyes or her smile, they come from her hands. Why? Because the hands are the one part of the body most people forget to consciously control. Today, I am breaking down the 8 lethal hand gestures that reveal when a woman has chosen you. If you miss these, she won't repeat them. She will simply redirect that energy towards someone who is actually paying attention. Stick with me until the 8th signal, because that is the point of no return, the moment that separates the men who go home with her from the men who go home wondering what went wrong. 1. The hair to neck descent. Let's start with a classic that most men misinterpret as mere grooming. When a woman is attracted to you, her hand will move toward her hair. But watch the exit path. A woman fixing her hair simply touches it and moves on. A woman who is attracted to you will touch her hair near her ear and then let her hand slowly, deliberately, descend down to her neck or collarbone. This trailing motion is a biological highlight. In evolutionary psychology, exposing the neck is a primal trust signal. The neck houses the carotid artery. It is one of our most vulnerable zones. By drawing your eyes there, she is subconsciously saying, I feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you. If she does this while holding eye contact, the kiss window has officially opened. 2. Tactile displacement, the object proxy. This one is invisible to the untrained eye. Watch her fingers when they aren't touching you. Are they tracing the rim of a wine glass? Are they slowly sliding up and down the strap of her bag? This is tactile displacement. Research from the University of Manchester found that these behaviors increase by over 60% in the presence of an attractive partner. Her body is experiencing a surge of physical tension that she cannot yet release by touching you directly. So her hands transfer that impulse onto the nearest object. The glass is just a proxy. It's a stand-in for your skin. She is managing a craving she isn't ready to voice yet. 3. The arm contact threshold. Arm contact. Physical touch is the most intentional signal in a woman's arsenal because it requires her to override her personal space boundaries. Women do not casually touch men they are not attracted to. If she places her hand on your forearm while laughing or taps your shoulder to emphasize a point, she is testing the temperature. She is checking for your reaction. Do you flinch? Do you lean in? A study in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin showed that a light touch increases perceived attractiveness by 40%. If she touches your arm once, she's interested. If she does it 3 times and you haven't reciprocated, she will begin to think you are either oblivious or afraid, and both are attraction killers. 4. The open palm display. This is the FBI's secret of nonverbal trust. Clenched fists or hidden hands signal guarded, self-protective energy. But when a woman gestures with her palms facing upward or rests them open on a table towards you, she is signaling receptivity. Evolutionary psychologists trace this back to early human behavior where open palms signify the absence of weapons. Today, it signifies the absence of emotional walls. She is literally opening herself up to your influence. Most women do this completely unconsciously, making it one of the most honest green lights you will ever receive. 5. The finger graze, the oxytocin bridge. Now we enter the danger zone. If a woman finds a reason for hand-to-hand contact, playfully comparing hand sizes or accidentally brushing her fingers against yours, she has made her decision. Hands have the highest concentration of nerve endings in the body. That tiny graze releases a surge of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This is where most men fumble. They feel the spark and pull their hand away like they've been burned. Don't. When her fingers graze yours, let the contact breathe. Hold it for 2 extra seconds. This shows her you are a man who is comfortable with intimacy and isn't afraid of the tension. 6. The wrist exposure. The inner wrist is a point of extreme vulnerability. When a woman rests her chin on her hand, with her inner wrist turned toward you, or adjusts her bracelet while letting that area linger in your line of sight, she is sending a primal signal of trust. Dr. David Givens, a leader in nonverbal studies, confirms that wrist exposure correlates almost perfectly with romantic interest. It is a signal of surrender. She is showing you the parts of her that are unprotected. If you see this and don't escalate the conversation or the physical proximity, you are effectively rejecting the trust she is offering. 7. The mirrored touch response. This is the ultimate diagnostic tool. If you touch her lightly on the arm and moments later she finds a way to touch you in the exact same way, she is amplifying the connection. Mirroring is the brain's way of saying, I am in sync with you. If she mirrors your touch, she isn't just accepting your move. She is encouraging the next one. It is a biological yes. If you notice mirroring, you can stop guessing and start leading. 8. The sustained hand placement, the point of no return. This is the most powerful signal on this list. It separates maybe from definitely. When a woman places her hand on your knee, your chest, or your back, and she leaves it there, she is announcing her intention. Sustained contact is a statement of ownership and safety. She is occupying your space because she wants to be there. This is the signal that means the window is wide open. Act now or lose me. These signals have a shelf life. A woman will not keep sending them indefinitely. If she sends 3, 4, or 5 signals and receives 0 reciprocation, she will pull them all back like a fishing line. Her hands will return to her lap, her body will angle away, and the energy will vanish. The hair touch, the object displacement, the open palms, the sustained hold, these are the roadmap. Every one of these is a woman telling you without words, I have chosen you. Now choose me back. Attraction isn't a conversation. It's a series of silent permissions. The man who reads these signals moves with a confidence that women find irresistible. The man who ignores them goes home alone, wondering why the vibe changed. If you made it to the end, drop a comment that says, I see the signals. It tells me you're ready to stop guessing and start leading. And if you want to know how to take this attraction to the next level, how to move from a touch to a deep, primal bond, you need to watch the video on your screen right now. It's called The 4 Rules of the Perfect Hug. It covers the exact mechanics of how to hold her in a way that makes her never want to let go. Click it now. Your future self will thank you. Subscribe to join the circle. Stay grounded. I'll see you in the next one.